Hey gang, hope you're having an awesome day. Ryan here, back again with your daily dose of Reddit drama. The good, the bad, and the downright petty. If these stories make you laugh, gasp, or rage with me, hit that like, tap subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss a new one. Alright, much love as always, let's get into it. Our first story of the day comes from Helpful is Haunt in the Am I the Asshole subreddit, and it says, Am I the a-hole for stepping in to do mom things for my niece because my sister-in-law is disabled? I have a niece, Gigi, who is a 10-year-old, daughter of my brother, Chris, and his wife, Anna. Anna became disabled when Gigi was 4 years old. It was triggered by an infection, and ever since she has mostly been using a wheelchair. Obviously, this has been hard on their family. Anna was the center of their home, even though she had a demanding job. She had to quit her job, which has been tough on their finances, and she is no longer able to be as involved with Gigi's school and extracurricular activities due to her fatigue and accessibility issues. I help as much as I can by doing things like school pickups and driving her to dance practice. I also go to school events if Chris can't make it, such as chaperoning field trips. My husband and I even took Gigi to Disneyland with us over the summer. I only do what I'm asked to do and within the boundaries of what I have time to do, as I have my own child. I just do whatever I can to make things easier for their family and for Gigi so she doesn't miss out. Gigi's school is organizing a Christmas market, and she and her friends volunteered to do a booth, which basically means the parents will be involved, of course. She asked me to be part of it because Chris is really busy with work around the holiday period. I confirmed with Chris that this was the case, and he was really enthusiastic about me doing it because it involves crafts which he doesn't have time for. He is helping construct the physical booth though, so I got my daughter involved, and Gigi and her friends came over to my house to make stuff for the booth all together. We are even making costumes. I thought I was doing a good thing, and Gigi seemed so excited, but on Friday, Anna called me and chewed me out. Apparently, she was never okay with me being involved with the booth. She said Chris building it was enough, and I should have just stayed out of it. I said that Gigi asked me because they needed adults to help out on the day, but Anna said she was sick of me taking over all the mom stuff, and that Gigi needed to learn that if her parents couldn't make it, that's just the way it is. She can't just replace Anna with me. I told her that that seems unfair to Gigi, to not be able to do things just because one of her parents isn't able to be there. There have been times I've taken Gigi to birthday parties that need supervision at places like trampoline parks, or taken her to dance competitions where she just didn't want to be the only one there without a female adult to help her change, or do her hair and makeup. If I hadn't done those things, Gigi probably would have missed out. Anna said that was Gigi's reality, and she can't just ignore the fact that Anna is her mother and this is the family she was born into, not mine. I ended up telling Anna that I never meant to disrespect her, but that I made a commitment to Gigi and to the other parents, so I'm going to do the booth. However, after that, if she and Chris want me to step back, then I will. Honestly, I'm really upset about the whole thing. I have my own child. It's not like I'm trying to play mom to Gigi. I just want her to feel supported and not miss out on anything. Chris does his best, but he works crazy hours to support Anna and Gigi. I thought it was a good thing that they had a village to help out, as Anna's family isn't local. I thought since Gigi would come to me for these things, that we were doing right by her. It seems so unfair that she should not have the same experiences as her friends because of something out of everyone's control. But I'm not her parent, and Anna is. And if Anna doesn't mind Gigi missing out, then maybe that's not my business. My own mom thinks Anna is being unfair to Gigi with this request, but my mom was the super involved type, and I know there are tons of kids whose parents don't make it to everything. So maybe we're just an overbearing type and I went too far. Am I the a-hole? Edit. Because I see this coming a lot. The reason the craft session was at my house is that one of the other girls was supposed to host it, but the house is too small for all the girls to be taking over the whole living room. The mom also has another child and was worried about supervising all the kids the whole day. She messaged me privately and asked if I had the space and time to host, and I did. Anna and Chris's place doesn't really have the space in the common area to accommodate the craft making, and I know how stressed Chris is by playdates and probably wouldn't have wanted it at their house. I thought I was helping out that mom by saying yes. I say yes to most things, not because I'm trying to push anyone out or take over, but I guess being a stay-at-home mom to one kid, I feel like it's only fair I should take on a bit of extra kid stuff for other parents where I can. Edit 2. For anyone asking about Anna being driven to things, driving Anna would mean I would need Chris's car, which he needs for work because he needs to haul stuff around. We can't swap cars because mine can't be used for that stuff. So for me to drive Anna in Chris's car, Chris needs to also not be busy, in which case he wouldn't need help. Chris does drive Anna to dance recitals and sports activities when he is available. You know what blows my mind? The pressure that's put on people trying to do a good thing. Here we have someone, the OP, stepping in to help out their niece and basically hold the family together with duct tape and good intentions, and somehow that's a problem? Are we serious right now? So Anna is upset because her daughter is being exposed to activities that she can't be part of, thanks to a limiting disability. And am I supposed to believe that it's somehow better for Gigi to just sit out and miss all these wonderful childhood experiences because of it? I mean, what are we even doing here? Are we punishing a child for the complications of adult life? And you know what makes it worse? It's not like OP is overstepping. She's coordinating with the dad who's fully on board. Hell, she's not even taking over. She's just picking up the slack that someone has to pick up. This kid needs a support system. She doesn't need to suffer because her parents have limitations imposed on them by circumstances beyond anyone's control. I know I'm not the only one losing it right now. Drop your thoughts below because I need therapy after this. If OP survives this, she deserves a medal. Absolutely ridiculous. Hello, Rainbow 7. 07 says, you are not the a-hole. Hopefully, Anna will cool off and be able to see it from your point of view. I think you have got to approach this generously and see it as a part of being disabled. It is not about you. It is her grief at the life she could have had and expected to before this life-destroying infection. Now, she feels like she cannot be a good mother to her daughter, and she feels like you are outdoing her with her own kid. It is not about you. It is about Anna's powerlessness and grief. It is about the illness and the disability. Let it cool off, and then see if you can approach it from a place of support and understanding. A Reddit user says, not the a-hole in my opinion. Anna is insecure about the fact she can't be as involved as she'd like to be, and that's understandable, but making her daughter miss out on stuff when she doesn't have to is just selfish. Like, think about the child. If I was her, I would want the best for my child, even if that meant letting my or my husband's family take over some activities. I'd be grateful they're willing to help. Toots NYC says, why does Anna have to miss out on so many things? I understand that accessibility is a problem for a school bus to chaperone a trip, but perhaps a craft night could have been held at her house? And Gigi doesn't have to miss out on things like a school trip just because her mom can't chaperone. Why can't her mom do the booth? Surely, the school is accessible. Anna's feeling pushed out. I, personally, would apologize and back off. And I'd start steering Gigi toward including her mom, ensuring my own home was accessible, and advocating for Anna to be involved in things. I would say you are not the asshole up until now, but you're the asshole if you don't change how you're handling this. You should direct your efforts to strengthen the relationship between Gigi and her mom and advocate for Anna to be included in her child's life. Even if it means you aren't the one who is asked to do things like chaperone, Chris? And Gigi, I guess. A Reddit user says, not the a-hole, but are there any ways Anna could possibly be included? When you drive Gigi to practice or a competition, could you bring Anna along? Could Anna help with the booth by sitting there in her wheelchair? Could the girls do the crafts at Anna's place? Even if Chris gets stressed out, maybe invite Anna along on other excursions with Gigi. I'm sure she's feeling left out because she can't do everything she wants to. She may experience some depression and jealousy from being left out. Ask her to join you. If she says yes, that's great. If she says no, that's on her. What is the rest of her relationship with her daughter like? Do they talk? Does Gigi confide in Anna? Does she confide in you instead? Talk to Anna. Tell her you are doing these things for Gigi, not for yourself, and certainly not to provoke Anna. Ask her what activities she would like to be part of. A 2 Zulu says, not the a-hole, but you should step back when you realize there's pushback from mom. Your intention was good, but at one point, your niece did not have mom's agreement. You should acknowledge this with Gigi and your brother too. Please don't take offense. I know your heart is in the right place. Parents' permission first, and as a loving adult, you should understand that. Gigi's mom is figuring out how to make things work. She's not given up her entire mother role to you. Their family has to navigate this. Yes, everyone should appreciate you and thank you for your care. You are a loving person, but it's okay to hear your sister-in-law and remind your niece everyone is adapting and you want everyone to be supported. 10 days later, the OP comes with an update and it says, hi, a lot of people asked for an update and so many people were really kind and helpful, so I thought I would provide one. Chris and Anna came over the weekend to discuss everything. Just for any avoidance of doubt, Chris always made Anna aware of what I was doing with Gigi, and Anna has confirmed this when we met. A lot of people thought maybe Chris was not relaying the information to her, but that is not the case. Obviously, the first topic was what prompted Anna to contact me. It turns out there's a myriad of things that led to it. First, a few weeks ago, she read Gigi's journal while using her tablet and was hurt by what she read. I'm not going to be sharing what Gigi said out of respect for her privacy, but it's what you'd imagine a kid in her situation would say. Just obviously sucks for a parent to read. Anna says she's been continuing to check Gigi's journal as a way to connect with her because since the school year, Gigi has been busy with schoolwork and extracurriculars and is not home or engaging a lot when she is. She knows this is wrong and has stopped doing it now, but she and Chris agreed they're going to make sure Gigi's school counselor is aware she might be struggling a bit more than she lets on. Second, Anna recently connected with a woman through an online community who said she doesn't let her kids participate in anything that's not completely accessible for her. Anna says she has tried to soft launch this concept with Chris, but Chris said he never understood the full scope of what she was suggesting, and Anna felt like he wasn't taking her seriously, which is why she decided to go straight to the source, aka me. The third part of this is that Anna has been wanting to move closer to her family. Chris has shut this down as they can't afford a move. It'll be tougher for him to find work there. The education is not as good statistically. Gigi is comfortable here. And Anna's home county, let's just say, doesn't offer a very diverse cultural or political experience. It's also very rural. Chris also cited the lack of a support system there, because while Anna has family, they all have large families of their own and are not financially stable, and he worries about relying on them. This reasoning especially hurt Anna's feelings, which is what caused her to lash out at me, whom she saw as the main reason Chris didn't want to move, although that's not the case. From the discussion, it seems Anna and Chris are really at an impasse about the move, and Anna said she has considered moving on her own. Anna went on to say that I'm not who she'd have picked for a female role model for her daughter, to which I said I'm not trying to be one. I'm just trying to make sure Gigi doesn't miss out on important childhood experiences, but I reiterated that I'm not going to force my help on them if it's not a 2-yes situation. Because I wouldn't want any of my in-laws to do that. Chris and Anna strongly disagree on this issue, and it was just evolving into an argument that I think they should have in private. So until they settle that, I've decided to help with driving only, no extra activities. And I'm also going to try and help with non-Gigi stuff so that it might free Chris up a little to do more things. I'm going to take over grocery shopping and hopefully talk Chris into at least letting me out some money towards the cost, and I've asked an accountant of mine to get in contact with Chris. She can maybe do an audit of their finances and see where they can move things around to lighten the load. Maybe not, but it's worth a shot. My husband and I are thinking of getting Chris a gas card for Christmas to help with expenses. If anyone has ideas on how to help without being overbearing, I'm open to suggestions. So, for now, I think it's best that I do step back on extra activities with Gigi. I'm not here to cause issues in anyone's marriage, and I do think of parenting as a 2 yes, 1 no thing for the most part. Fundamentally, I think a lot of you were right. This has ended up being more about Chris and Anna's marriage than anything to do with me. There's more going on there that I won't share because it's not really relevant and private between them, but they need to work it out, and I'm definitely not going to insert myself by going off Chris's preferences when I know one parent isn't okay with it. This is a very complex situation, and I really just want the best for everyone, contrary to some people's belief, so I'm just going to focus on the ways I can make an impact. I feel bad that Gigi might be hurt that I'm less active in the new year, but I'm also hopeful that Chris and Anna will use the Christmas break to really talk and figure out a path forward. If I've missed anything, please let me know, but otherwise, thank you to everyone who commented and especially to disabled parents who shared their perspective with me. AITA. Just to be clear, I'm not totally stepping out of Gigi's life. I'm still going to do drop-offs and pickups from extracurriculars in school and friends' houses. When I say step back, I'm talking about not doing dance mom duty or hosting play dates. We're hoping easing Chris's burdens will free him up to take over that stuff so Gigi isn't disadvantaged. You know what blows my mind? The complexity of family relationships. This story's got layers, like an onion on steroids, and it just keeps peeling back more drama. So here we are. OP is trying to help their niece out, and suddenly it's like stepping into a minefield of familial tension. I mean, her intentions were genuine, right? She just wanted to ensure her niece, Gigi, doesn't miss out on childhood experiences. But then, boom, it turns into an opening act for Anna and Chris's marriage saga. And the worst part is, Anna didn't even talk things out with Chris properly before dragging OP into it. Now, OP is in this awkward middle ground where she's got to step back and be less active in Gigi's life because of parental disagreements. That sucks for Gigi and OP, honestly. I really feel for Gigi here. She's just a kid unknowingly caught in the crossfire of adult issues. And OP is just trying to lend a hand. Like, how do you even navigate that without stepping on toes? Look, I'm just hoping Anna and Chris sort their issues out ASAP. Until then, it's damage control mode for OP. What a mess. Drop your thoughts below because I need therapy after this. Our next story comes from My Kitty Is Gone in the relationship subreddit, and it says, my fiance, 28 male, doesn't care that my 28 female kitten has disappeared, and it's making me feel horrible. Update here. I'm using a throwaway and typing this on mobile because my fiance and I share a computer. We've been together 5 years and engaged for 1. Anyway, 2 months ago, my grandmother gave me a 2-month-old kitten that was bred from her cat. It was her cat's only litter, and she only had 3 kittens. The cat itself is special because she comes from a long line of cats that have been in our family for a very long time. Talking about late 1800s here. Yes, the cat is purebred, but we do not breed and sell them. All the cats stay in our family. It's been a tradition and my whole family loves it. Having a pet lineage that goes back to our own is extremely special. Even my great-grandmother jokingly made a cat family crest with her cat and we all loved and adopted it. It's used at family gatherings and special occasions and it always causes a lot of laughter. A month ago, my grandmother passed away, and it's completely devastated me. Having a kitten from her own cat has made me feel closer to her, and I've bonded with her this last month. My mom received my grandmother's cat since she didn't have her own. And in total, with that one, there are only 4 remaining cats. 2 for grandchildren, 1 for mom, and 1 for my uncle. So this has been what's brought us together. Now for the problem, which still has me in tears. My fiance has never approved of the whole cat thing and says we support breeders and unaliving of shelter animals because the cats are purebred. Like I said before, we do not sell the cats and they stay within the family, so I have no idea where he gets this idea from. I also live in a rural part of the country, own my house on a big piece of land, and have dedicated my life to helping animals. I help out the human society and take in farm animals and foster them until they find new homes. I currently have 1 horse, 3 goats, 4 rabbits, and many chickens. In addition, I also have 2 rescue dogs and 2 rescue cats that I love. So it was kind of insulting and hurtful to be told that I supported kitty mills and breeders. It wasn't until my grandmother passed away that he began to express these feelings, and I was thinking that he would get over it. Instead, it's turned into a disaster. I came home from work 2 days ago to find my kitten missing. I searched everywhere and couldn't find her. She's only 4 months old, so she likes to hide, but never for a long time. It was my fiance's day off, so I asked him if he had seen her, and he said he saw her playing by the doggy door and that she must have gotten out. This is where I lost it. I just broke down and started crying, and I've been a mess since then. These cats cannot survive outside. They don't know how to climb trees. Their long hair will unalive them in the heat, and there are tons of coyotes outside. My fiance hugged me and told me it would all be okay and that we could look around. So we went outside until it got dark with our flashlights and searched for hours, and nothing. He said he was tired, so we went back home, and since then he gets annoyed when I bring her up in tears. I'm devastated and hurt. I feel like he doesn't even care about what's happening since he hasn't even acknowledged that she's gone so far. He wouldn't even help put posters up for her because he says no one lives near us anyway. I'm thinking it doesn't matter and that she may have wandered up the road, so there's a chance someone picked her up. This whole change in attitude has sideswept me and has made me look at him in a different light. I know he didn't like her, but to be so cold and uncaring is just cruel. I even asked him how he would feel if it were one of our other cats, and he says it's different because they've been with us for years. I don't know what to do now. I'm a mess and I feel like I don't even know this man. He doesn't care about how much of a mess I am. She was the most important connection to my grandmother I had, and now she's gone. I feel like all the healing that I had from her passing away is undone, and I can't even go to work now. What should I do? How can I talk to him and get him to understand that his cold behavior is hurting me? My fiance doesn't care that my kitten is gone, and it's making me feel like he doesn't give a crap about my feelings. I'm going out and into town to drop off posters before places close and taking others' suggestions of the whole litter box thing. I'm going to Skype with my fiance in a few hours, so I hope he's more open about what happened that day. I'll add another update after I do. I just spoke with some friends at the Humane Society and they know someone who has a tracking dog. They're willing to come out and help look for her as a thank you for everything I've done for them. I'm also going to Skype my fiance now. We'll update after to say how the conversation goes. Just finished Skyping with my fiance. He knew something was wrong right off the bat. He asked if I was taking the kitty thing hard, and I said yes, I was, and told him and laid out how important she was not only to me, but to my family. He got really quiet and said he would try to come home tomorrow to help look for her. He also apologized for the way he's been acting, because the way he grew up wasn't as family focused as I was, and crying was seen as a weakness and he was often grounded for it, so it's something he has no idea what to do about. I asked him again what happened that day, and he said his mom visited him in the morning and actually lectured him about how he wasn't doing enough and continued to insult him, saying he wasn't the one that wore the pants in the relationship because everything we had came from me. He says that he asked her to leave and went to the room to take a shower and afterwards doesn't remember if the cat was there. His mom isn't an active member in our lives. She hates the wealthy and has constantly called me spoiled, and now I'm thinking she may be a part of the kitten's disappearance. I asked my fiance if he would ask her about it, and he said he would do whatever I wanted to find the kitten. I'll update tomorrow when he gets here, and I hope we can at least resolve everything. The dog is here to do the search. I have also talked to my fiance about what happened, and I'll write a new update in a few hours since this is getting pretty long. A Reddit user says, I know he didn't like her, but to be so cold and uncaring is just cruel. Regardless of his qualms about her heritage, this attitude just doesn't make sense to me. She's already alive, and that can't be helped at this point, so why the derision? She's just as deserving as any shelter cat. Is he possibly jealous of the love and affection you gave your kitten? I mean, that's crazy, but he's sounding a bit crazy too. OP responds, I don't see why it would be a problem. I've been wanting comfort from him, but it doesn't look like he wants to give it. You know what blows my mind? The fact that some people can be so emotionally checked out when it comes to stuff that matters. I mean, OP's kitten is not just any kitten, it's a part of a freaking family legacy. And let's not even get started on how she got it from her grandmother who just passed away. If that's not a massive emotional wrecking ball, I don't know what is. Now, The fiance, man, I'm actually speechless. The guy has the audacity to say she's supporting breeders when the only breeding happening is within a family circle that loves cats like their kin. And then the kitten goes missing under his watch and he's just like, she'll be fine? Are we serious right now? And you know what makes it worse? His excuse that crying felt like weakness growing up. Okay, trauma is real, but dude, that's no reason to shut down when your fiance is literally at her wit's end. I mean, I'm not saying he's evil, but damn, show some empathy, man. If OP survives this, she deserves a freaking medal, not just a kitten. Drop your thoughts below, because I swear this one hits too damn hard. Just a day later, the OP returns to share an important update on her situation, and it says, previous post. Before the update, I would like to add that I was a bit emotional when I wrote the last post. My fiance had just left for work for what would have been 2 to 3 days, and I felt abandoned by him. In my mind, I felt extremely alone, and I expressed that through words here on Reddit. Today, I'm doing a lot better, but I feel like my head is having an information overload, and it's difficult to write everything without making it jumbled. I'll try my best. I'm also still on mobile, so formatting will be a little off again. Update. My fiance is back home, and we had our friends from the Humane Society join us with their dog. Thank you so much to those who suggested this. The dog was super sweet and smelled everything outside but found no scent. We're not sure if it's just the dog or it's because the cat was never outside, but everyone agrees it's more towards the latter. Either way, I'm super thankful that they would do this for me. I never imagined in a million years that this amount of support would come from the community here in my hometown. A few of them have helped put up posters that I dropped off yesterday, and the vets and people who work at the shelter know of the situation. I'm also trying Reddit's suggestions of putting toys and her stuff outside to encourage her to come back. I would also like to add that I spoke one-on-one to my fiance, and he went more into detail with how he was raised. This included opening up about physical abuse he received when he was younger. He went into detail and it made me want to hug him. He said everything he and his siblings did was always watched, and one thing his mom hated the most was crying. He would be beaten when he cried because his mom said if he needed to cry, she would give him a reason to. Her choice of punishment was a studded belt, which she would use to hit him anywhere she could. His dad never stopped it and wasn't really a father figure to any of them. In my fiance's eyes, being stoic about some situations is what he was taught to do, and he doesn't know other ways of reacting to it. He does talk to his mom once a week, and he says he talked to her the week after my grandmother died. She told him if he didn't stop acting like a woman and catering to my needs, that I would leave him. She also gave him a lot of scolding about the kitten since she's the one that's put the whole purebred animals are evil mindset in their family. He said he did think of the cat as part of our family already, so he began to feel overwhelming guilt for owning her. That's the main reason why he started pulling back and going into the mindset he grew up with again. I asked him if he would like to come to therapy with me on Friday and talk more about it, and he agreed. He also apologized for the way he's been acting and said he understood how it looked terrible on his part. Finally, he called his mom, but every call he made went straight to voicemail and no text message was answered. He's also been blocked on social media by her, and I really do believe she had a big part in the kitten's disappearance. My fiance is not a very good liar, and he's been honest about everything so far. He said he doesn't know exactly what happened that day since he shut down with his mom's yelling and slapping, and that it wasn't until I got home that he really got out of a daze he was in. At this point, he was sad. I've never seen him full on cry, but it looked like he was close to it. He blames himself for not being more careful and promised to do anything I wanted to repair the damage. So, for now, that means helping me look for her and annoying his mom until she answers. He also said he wants to cut contact with her, but doesn't know how because she's constantly forcing herself into his life. I'm hoping after all these incidents that she will no longer be in our lives. Thank you all again. It's been a huge eye-opener here and has definitely made me look at things differently. It's uncovered a lot more than I thought it would, and I hope things will get better. I'll update again if I get any new information on the kitten or after I go to therapy with my fiance. Summary. The dog came and found nothing, talking to my fiance about his childhood, and he wants to go to therapy. Edit. My fiance, along with my mother and I, will go to fiance's mom's house. We weren't able to go today due to other things going on, but tomorrow is a good day. Edit 2. I'm really sorry, guys. I really am. I couldn't go today. Unfortunately, fostering animals comes with responsibilities, and I do have some sick ones, and I can't leave on short notice without making sure they're well taken care of. I've made arrangements for tomorrow so I can have the whole day to travel up to her house and see if my cat is there. Trust me, I plan on leaving very early in the morning. I'm not able to do everything at once like some of you want me to. It's impossible and it really does hurt. I want my kitty back so much, but adult responsibilities are something I can't get away from. I know some of you can't understand and I apologize, but just know I'm calling and trying to pull as many strings to see if I can locate her. I'm going to sleep now to get up in the morning and I'll update again after I get back. October 15th, 15 edit 3, we're currently in fiance's mom's city. We arrived at her house around 6 a.m. and she wasn't there. We seriously considered breaking in because we felt really anxious, but my mom told us to wait and then went and knocked on a neighbor's door at around 10. They were nice and said she was gone for the week and was visiting her son, assuming fiance's brother. If there was ever a moment I wanted to rip my hair out, it would be then. Fiance's brother lives all the way in Amarillo, which is almost 8 hours away. We're still here in the city, and we're still going to vets around the area that she lives in to drop off pictures to inform them what happened. So far, people have been nice about it. We're going to try to get in touch with fiance's brother and see what's happening. We've also filed a police report in her city already. They were able to do it over the phone, which was nice. I'll update if anything comes up. Until then, thank you all. Trust me, we're trying our best with the resources we have. We're going to stake out her house for a while to see if she shows up too. Man, that's heavy stuff right there. Honestly, this whole saga just keeps twisting and turning like a freaking roller coaster of drama. You know what blows my mind? The resilience and courage it takes to face all these emotional trials yet stick it out together. If there's anything worth fighting for, it's having each other's backs against all odds. And if you've been with me till now, you must have felt all the feels right along with the story. So hey, if you got thoughts, drop them below. I mean, who else here needs some kind of emotional decompression after this wild ride? And if you're itching for more emotional gauntlets and crazy twists, be sure to check out the other videos on my channel. Hit that like button to let me know this isn't just me losing my mind. Subscribe for more, and I'll catch you in the next emotional explosion. Stay strong, awesome people.